Welcome back everyone, and now we are going to see that what's the history of the computer. So the classic history begins a lot more back in the time, but what we are going to discuss here is actually the simple version of it. The simple version of it is starting from the calculator itself. So it started with the calculator. So as you can see on the screen that this is the first mechanical calculator, or one of the first mechanical calculator, better say, that is known as Pascal's calculator, because Blaise Pascal made this calculator. And why he made that? Well, he made that so that his father's laborious work, the tremendous work with the numbers, can become easy. And the good thing is, this machine can handle actually the attributes of the place value, face value, the numbers, and the carry. Well, why I'm mentioning the carry in a different way, because that's what so many of the calculator before it stuck in that, and it made the revolution. One of the first revolution actually came from the mechanical calculator, the Pascal. Well, he is one of my favorite scientists. Well, so here is our Pascal. On those days mostly paintings are there, not the photos as we see. Okay, so here is our father of computer, Charles Babbage. Well, I think he do not need any kind of the introduction, but let me tell you something about the Charles Babbage. He was a polymath. He was a mathematician, fantastic scientist, father of the computer as we say, and he is so much obsessed with the machines that he created these things. Wow, these things, can you anyway call this a computer? Well, by the way, these are the original machines or engine, as it is written, difference engine and analytical engine, that was created actually by Charles Babbage in his time. So he created the difference engine. It was a successful attempt, and we can call it a successful thing that he created, but it was so expensive. Even in that time, it created so much expense for the government that government almost denied to continue with this project, because it was so expensive. We can afford the humans to pay, and they can do the laborious work no matter how hard it gets. And the second form that he created was analytical engine. It can solve the differential calculus. Well, if you are an engineering student, I definitely do hope that you actually know that what is the differential calculus. And if you do not know, for other of my folks, other of my great learners, that's completely fine. You can understand that it can solve the polynomial problems. Well, we have something for everyone, right? It can do algebra, it can do the basic calculation, it can do the complex calculations. Well, don't ask me that how the thing shows its output. It is complicated. As you can see, it is complicated. It was working initially on the base of the steam engine. Can you imagine? Sometimes I actually imagine the way that if the electricity was not invented, how a computer actually looked like. Well, what I can imagine is everything that a modern computer can have, like we have a monitor, we have a keyboard, we can have a mouse, and we have a CPU, or these days we actually call it as GPU, and all that thing. But you know what? Here is our steam, because it was all been running on steam engine. Can you imagine how weird that is actually? Well, but luckily we are in a modern era where the things actually do changed. Well, the history cannot end without this. Maurice School, electrical engineering. Now the real thing actually sparked up. You know, we are studying the computer science engineering, but I would like to tell you that without the knowledge of electronics, without the knowledge of electricity, without the basic fundamental knowledge of the science, you can actually you are not able to understand the computers in the engineer's way. Yes, you can use so many tools these days. So many people, so many companies, so many organizations worked day and night for decades, for centuries actually. The companies like IBM, they have worked so much so that it becomes easy for us. So what you're getting easy is actually the hard work of so many people, so many teams around the world. So let's have a tribute for especially the women programmers who actually created the first version of the computer. As you can see, this was the era, this was a computer that was created, and it was named as ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. Well, numerical, right? It's a maths. Well, don't afraid if you do not know much of the maths and all that things. I'm not going to take you on a maths journey, I'm going to take you on a computer engineering journey. Yes, maths would be very helpful and you are going to love the maths, and all your questions will going to get answered through the computer engineering or understanding the core basic fundamentals that we are going to develop step by step. We are not going to jump on anything and do the things and skipping up the things. But without the mathematics, without a passion for understanding the logic, actually it is my belief that you can learn the computer, but exploring that becomes a way more difficult. That's why I mentioned actually that Charles Babbage itself was a mathematician. There are so many mathematicians, scientists, engineers involved in developing the computers even to this stage. And final words for this class is this one. Well, I think this is one of the most underrated things, but that should be the thing. If Charles Babbage is called as the father of computer, I think Ada Lovelace deserves to be called as the mother of the computer, because she actually gave us as an engineer, as the IT people, and as so many people that we do see that how the hardwares actually work by writing the program. It was not like the programs or algorithms. These are not new words. These were the words that is used in so many of the sciences even before, but it was first used and applied on a machine by her, and she holds the title of world's first computer programmer. Well, salute to you, ma'am, because of you, only because of you, I can actually be able to make this course, because without the software no hardware can actually work. So that is the perfection limit, and that's what we are going to learn. So that's it for this one. See you in the next one, and we are going to develop our skill one after another. Stay curious, stay tuned.